Are you somebody that has had knee pain for a while? Have you been diagnosed with a meniscus tear, also known as a cartilage tear in your knee? Is it stopping you doing things that you love doing? Well, we can help. My name's Gavin Noble from Gavin Noble Physiotherapy, and welcome to the 10X Physio channel. In these videos that we do for you, we aim to give you lots of tips and tricks that will help improve your health 10 times. So stay tuned and let's have a look at what we've got for you today. Now today we are going to look at my top 3 exercises that we give to people with a knee cartilage tear. And these are things that we will use to help people prevent them from surgery. Now, here's our first exercise that we give. So this is one of my best tips for knee cartilage pain. So we're going to get just our leg, we're going to sit on a seat or a table, and we're going to take our leg, which has that cartilage pain, and all we're doing is just gently swinging back and forth. So what this is doing, it's circulating the synovial fluid in the knee, so it should be pain-free. And if we think about what the synovial fluid is, it's basically the oil in the joint, and it's a non-weight bearing exercise, so you should be able to do this with ease. So all we're doing, again, just letting that leg swing back and forth in a pain-free range, and that is going to help just get all that fluid in around the knee, mobilize. So let's move to our first exercise. So my first top tip for exercise, we're going to look at the knee, which has that knee meniscus, that knee cartilage tear. So with this exercise, all we're aiming to do is just gently let that knee swing back and forth in a pain-free range of movement. We can do that for a minute or so, and you can do that even a few times through the day. So again, it's always going to be pain-free for you. And with this, what we're aiming to do is the synovial fluid, which is inside the knee, just gently move it around in the knee. So basically it's acting as the oil in the joint to help keep it free and keep it mobile, keep it moving. So again, gentle knee swings. We're going to aim to do that for a minute or two, a few times through the day. It's a non-weight bearing exercise, so make sure you keep it pain-free. Now we're going to move to our second exercise, which is a straight leg raise. When we're doing this exercise, we are looking to work into these quads and our hip flexors in here. So we're aiming to strengthen those so that they look after the knee. So they strengthen these muscles, which takes pressure off that actual knee joint and off the cartilage, which is torn. So what we are aiming to do is to lie down somewhere flat. I'm fortunate, I've got this plinth. You can do it on a bed or on the floor. And all we're doing is lifting the leg straight up in the air. We're holding for 5 seconds and then lowering. Now we want to do that 6 to 8 times. So we go again, we hold for those 5 seconds and then lower back down. So we're looking to do that 6 to 8 times, and you can do that a few times through the day. And remember, we're working our quads and our hip flexor to strengthen those so they take pressure off the knee and off that cartilage. Now let's look at exercise number 3 that we're going to use for our body to help strengthen into the hip. And when we strengthen the hip, it looks after the knee and takes further pressure off that cartilage in the knee. So this exercise is the clamshell. I'm going to come down into side line to show you what it's all about. So we set ourselves up into a side lying position. Now here, my feet are resting on top of each other. My hips are stacked one on top of the other. So imagine this bony part of your hip. It's stacked right above the bony part, which is below. And then when we come into our clamshell, this stays put. We take a breath in, and on the breath out, we're lifting this top knee. We hold for 5 seconds, and then lower back down. Again, we lift again, hold for 5 seconds, and then just lower back down. We're going to do that one more time. So we lift up, and as we're holding here, remember, we're wanting to squeeze these glutes, so your butt muscles together. Our hips stay stacked. We don't want to see the hip drop back this way. It stays stacked, and then we let the leg drop down. Now, to progress that exercise, if you are feeling that it's too easy, then what we can do is we can extend this top leg, and we move to a leg lift. So a leg lift is basically, we lift here and hold, again for those 5 seconds, and lower back down. Lift again, and then lower. So again, as we lift the leg, these hips are still staying stacked, one on top of the other, and then lower back down. Now, when we do this exercise program, we are doing each exercise 6 times. We can do those 6 exercises a few times through the day. And remember, it's all about strengthening into our quads, into our hip, which will help to take pressure off that knee cartilage in the knee. Now, I wanted to add in just a little bonus exercise, which I think is very important for you as well. It's basically getting onto an exercise bike and letting those legs rotate around on the pedals. Now, I will stress to you, I want this to be pain-free. So, in other words, with very, very little resistance. So remember, pain-free, and you can work on that exercise bike for up to 10 minutes. Nice and light. That movement through the knee, that cycling movement with the knee will also help to get that synovial fluid moving in and around the knee. So again, remember, there's your top 3 exercises, and you've got that one little bonus of a exercise bike, which will all help to strengthen and keep that knee mobilized. So if you've liked what you've seen in today's video, please feel free, give the video a like, give it a share between your friends or family. So if you know somebody who has a knee cartilage tear, please share this with them. You can share that information. Let's help them get back to doing the things that they love doing. And again, all I'm going to ask you now is please subscribe to our channel and look out for all our top tips and tricks that are coming your way. Thanks.